Today's episode is sponsored by me. I did something stupid. I bought something, and this is my video about it. This is a Leica, and I've wanted one of these for a very long time, but I finally saved up enough for one, and I got the M4P. I originally wanted an M6 because social media, or an MP because both of them have built-in light meters, but this was like $1,000 less than the M6 and about $1,500 to $2,000 less than the MP. So I just used my phone, and I use a little aftermarket one that goes on top of the camera if I need to light meter. I've been practicing Sunny 16, so I don't need one, but it's now, a Leica has been something that I have wanted for a very long time, since I got into photography and film photography, and I never understood why they cost the way that they do until I got one. And the feel of it, the experience of it is unlike anything else. Listen to this. It's so smooth. It's so well built. I mean, I think this one's from the 70s, and it's got a little dent, a little scratch right here, a little dent right here, a couple of chips right here, and that's it. I've got a little brassing from my strap on the rewind thing here. But other than that, this thing is honestly in stupid good condition. But for the first roll that I put through this, I used Camp 400 at box speed. And of course, as always, the first picture that you have to take on your new camera is a mirror selfie. Now, when I got this, I did notice that I think it got bumped in transit a little bit. It was CLA'd right before I bought it, but the rangefinder was just a little bit off, both vertically and horizontally. So my first roll isn't super crispy and accurate with focus because I couldn't, basically. But for the most part, things turned out pretty good, all things considered. And I live in kind of a boring part of Washington State. I live in Eastern Washington. There's not really a whole lot going on up here, especially during the winter. So I decided to take a drive and go up Mount Spokane. And this picture was taken on the way there. I love shots that are like this, that have the inside of the car really blurry. The landscape is moving by, but the rear view mirror is crispy, and I love shots like this. I take in-car shots more often than I should. Now, this was also my first time using Camp 400, and I think in the future I'll push it at least one stop, because I am somebody who really likes contrast, especially in black and white, especially on film as well. So a lot of these I have added some contrast in post just to give it a little extra push that I like. I am 90% sure I just took all these pictures with the lens cap on. Oh. Anybody who went from an SLR to a rangefinder can probably guess what I'm about to say. I left the cap on for like 10 pictures. So all my first pictures, they're not there, they were black. These first couple of pictures that I got up on the mountain are not super great. I think that if I had not left the lens cap on, that those ones would have been a little bit better. This one here isn't too bad. It's not anything special, but it's not too bad. It doesn't grab me or anything, you know. But this one I do really like. It's got a lot of different shades that I like, and I really enjoy the dark sign against the bright snow. And then obviously the gray of the rock is a little bit lighter as well than the dark trees behind it. I think it's really interesting, the composition, but it's still not the best. Now this one here is one of those pictures that when I took it, I knew it was going to be good. It isn't as good as I had hoped it would be. I think I wanted more contrast. Again, it comes down to film stock and stuff like that, but I knew this was going to be good, and this is one of my favorites on the roll. But actually, my favorite on the roll is this one here. I didn't think that this was going to turn out as good as it did, and I think a lot of it comes down to things being in focus and crispy. You can see there's a giant stain right there in the middle. Didn't notice that before. But he came to say hi. Come here. Come here. Yeah, hi. This one I also really like. It kind of gives a sense of scale for the mountain, with the cars and the lift and the ski lodge and all that. I also like the negative space of the sky at the top. Now I think that this picture is hot shit from an ass. It's washed out. Nothing's really in focus. It's just kind of really busy too. I think with a tighter focal length it might be a bit better, but as it stands, it's just not super good. And the same thing goes for this picture here. It's not bad, it's just not very interesting. Now this is something right here. I enjoy this quite a bit. I like the different lighting that you can see with the shadows underneath the roof, the stark contrast of the sky, the open window, the reflection of the mountain in the window is really nice too. And here are some honorable mentions that I didn't have any clips for or anything. They were just pictures that I liked that were on this roll.